Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Zach. Look, I know I haven't posted what it's been a couple weeks since I've looked at when I went look back at my recent my other videos. I realized it's been a couple weeks. But I do appreciate everybody that's been there, and I see all the views that y'all send, or the likes, and even some of you who have messaged me or have commented. I appreciate that as well. Like I said, I know I haven't commented or comment. I know I haven't uploaded YouTube videos in a while. That is just because I started back at college, um, January 10th, and I thought, you know what, I know, I am gonna, and I am gonna come back and start posting again. It um, may not be all the time, but I am going to try to do it as much as possible. So if you don't see me post for a while, that's why. Um, but I did start back on January 10th. Like I said, if things all go right, which that's this is what I'm pushing for. I should be graduated by December of 2021. So is it gonna be a struggle getting there? Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle. School for me has always been a struggle. So yeah, it's gonna be a struggle getting there. But where I'm gonna go out with this video is this: there's no limits. Um, with that, when I say no limits, the only limits that you have are the ones that you set. So if you set 10 limits to something, well, those 10 things that you set limits on, those are the limits you have. Yeah, I'm sure, sometimes things can get frustrating. I know that. Trust me. You know, it's been frustrating for me as far as trying to go back to school, and finish my college degree, which is going for my associate's degree in criminal justice. I plan on after I get my associate's degree, I plan on going and getting my bachelor degree in the same thing, which is criminal justice. Now, um, back when I first started, um, you know, before I started my criminal justice, I was trying to do human services. That didn't work out for me, and that all was, yes, I was not. I was sick there for a while. No worries. It was just a viral infection, but it was one that I was out for a couple weeks, and that didn't work out for me. So, with that being said, I said, you know what, put me in and let me just do criminal justice, which is exactly what I'm doing. And the reason I say it like that is, you know, it was my goal to do, go after my associate's degree in human services, and maybe become doing like social work. That was what I thought about when I started doing social work. Um, Obviously, like I said, that path didn't work out. I thought, you know what, okay, eventually I thought, eventually I'm going to go for my bachelor degree in criminal justice. I thought, why not start that now and go ahead and get my associate's degree in criminal justice, and then turn around and get that same degree, or further that degree in getting my bachelor degree in criminal justice. So, in other words, like I said, what I'm trying to say to you is this: don't think of something, oh, and there's limits here. You know, the only limits that there is are the ones that you set. If you set a limit to something, well, then yeah, there's going to be a limit. But if you don't set a limit to something, as far as, if you don't, if you got a dream or goals, as like I'm sure I've said in my previous videos, if you got goals, you got dreams, whatever the case may be, don't the limits that you set to those goals or those dreams or whatever the case may be, well, that's what you're gonna run into. How you set things up is up to you. In other words, how you set things up is or meaning what limits you set are the things you're gonna run into on your way of trying to get your dream or capture that dream. Meaning capture. But when I say capture the dream, I mean by living that dream. Able to achieve that dream. Live in that moment. Like I said, it's not going to be easy getting there. I can tell you that firsthand. I know that like I say, I know that for a fact because, I'm still, I'm 30 right now and I'm still trying to learn how to walk. And things are, like I said, with that being said, the walking, I say this, it's getting better. Like I said, with my trainer, hasn't had me walking right now. Has had me doing a lot more different machines, and I say that because to try and improve my, and improve other things, get my balance improved. And once my balance improved, then once my balance is improved, then I'll go back to walking, which I'm hoping either by this summer or next. I'm hoping. Now, I'm not gonna make any promises because who knows. But I'm hoping by either this summer or next to be able to be up walking. Like I said, for those who don't know, yes, I was born with spina bifida. There's 4 different stages. Mine is just my balance. That's all mine is. Doctor said when I was born I would never walk, talk, eat, sleep, nothing. That was worst case scenario. And you know what? Just because I have a wheelchair, I don't let that stop me. In other words, you would think, I say this, you would think with a wheelchair there would be limits. Well, there is limits, okay? Now for me, my walking is limited, yes. To being able to walk with a walker, that's the only limit I have right now. Do I see myself getting to walk up without a walker? Hell yeah. And you know what? I'm not gonna give up until that does happen. Even then, I'm not giving up even then, I'm not giving up. I'm still gonna keep going. And like I said, yes, it's been a tough fight to be able to learn how to walk. But when I found out, when I say it's just my balance and that's all it is. It's the only reason I do have a wheelchair. I know it's hard to see. I know it's hard to see, but of course it's probably just the way I'm sitting. Yeah, you can see it's kind of still tipped up by itself. Its back. That's because I just pulled it out. I just picked it up and pulled it out of the truck. Actually, I lifted it out of the truck. Now, yeah, like I said, just because there's limits, or just because you have dreams or whatever or whatever the case may be, doesn't mean there's always has to be limits. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes things don't happen right. That first day, maybe you've got a goal of, like I think I've used a couple times in videos. Maybe you got a goal of a bench pressing 200 pounds on, maybe you go on a gym on a Monday and you got a goal of being able to bench press that 200 pounds on Tuesday. Well, that Tuesday comes around, man, I am real close. I'm like 10 pounds off. And then maybe Wednesday you go try it again. Now Wednesday you get it. You get that 200 pounds on bench press. Like I said, I get it. Things are rough, but the only limits that you have, as far as anything goes, the only limits that you have are the ones that you set. Don't let anything stop you from what you're going after. The only limits that you have are the ones you set. As far as me, and I'm gonna say this, not to try not to. I don't want to offend anybody when I say this, but with having the wheelchair, yes, I've been judged, I've been lied to, I've been let on. I've never been on dates, never been through relationships. Yeah, I've been because of that. And yes, from girls. Now, I will tell you this. Just because that wheelchair is there does not mean a single thing. That's only there because of my balance. If it wasn't my balance, I'd be a walking, going, running the mile or whatever the case may be. But that's what that means, Just because I have that wheelchair, I don't let it stop me. Like I said, most people, they're gonna, and I think I mentioned this too on another video. I drive, as you guys all can tell. I'm sitting in the truck. I just got home not long ago. I had to go get my truck fixed, which was just a battery. I just had to get a new battery. Most people drive, like I say, with their feet, right? Well, me, I don't drive with my feet. Now, I can drive with my feet, but how your reaction time is, my reaction time isn't as fast as yours. So, this is the way I drive it. I'm gonna show, and I think I've showed y'all this once, but I'll show you this all again. Like I said, it's hard to show you where it's hooked up onto the brakes and the gas, but so I'm just trying to see if I could, but it's hard to actually show you up underneath there. But I will show you the hand controls. This is something that like I said. See this? Gas, brake, gas, brake. And all that does, what I just showed you, that controls my gas, the foot pedals. Now, if I want to use my feet, I could. So whatever the case may be, y'all think there's limits. There's no limits. The only limits that you have are the ones that you set. And like I said, I can understand that there has to be limits. I can understand that. Everybody has limits. Everybody does. I'm sure, and I think everybody has a different limit. And like I said, one of the things that I talk about, reason that I talk about being judged and all that, like I've said, sometimes that happens. When you get pushed to a certain point, you finally think, heck, you finally think, yep, I gotta bring this up. You just gotta it's just something you've got to do. Because I mean, if you don't bring it up, it's just gonna keep going and going and going. Like I said, I've noticed that with a lot of things. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Trust me. Being with the wheelchair and knowing that it's only my balance, and still, when you go through that, yeah, it hurts. But like I said, whatever limits that you have, watch your limits. In other words, don't push yourself so much that it's going to hurt you. Whatever the case may be, like, again, with weightlifting, don't push yourself so much that if you're not able to bench that 200 pounds that first day, don't push yourself so much that first day that you still try that 200 pounds and it hurts, and it just hurts you. Work yourself up to it. You'll get there. It's just going to take you a little bit of time. Like I said, don't push it. Push yourself, but know your limits. In other words, don't push yourself to the point where it's going to hurt you. Push yourself to get past that. Push yourself to accomplish that goal, but not where it's going to hurt you. In other words, you want to do something, you want to be able to lift that kind of weight, but you want to be able to do it safely, right? But like I said, always know that the only limits that there are the ones that you set. And if you don't set limits to anything, guess what? There's no limits. If you don't set a limit, then there's no limits. And that's one thing that I set a limit to, is just how I, things have happened to me. How I've always been judged by a lot of people. Yes, and those people being girls, trust me. I'm not going to say any names, I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but, look, don't, just because something seems different, I think I said this, just because something seems different, don't let that put a limit on something. Just because something looks different, seems different, don't let that put a limit on something. Just keep being you. Yeah, like I say, I can understand there has to be limits. I get that. But don't let something, like, for me, you see that I have a wheelchair, like I've shown you. As you can see, it's all tipped over. But as you can see, I've got a wheelchair. That's just because I pulled it out. Look, just because I have that wheelchair, I don't let it limit me. Really? I'm just the same as somebody walking. The only thing different for me, the only thing that's different is my balance. That's all it is. If it wasn't for this wheelchair, I'd be up walking. So you know what? That's what I'm trying to say. Be yourself. Don't set no limits. And you know what? Just because I got that wheelchair, I don't set no limits. I mean, you see me out driving, don't you? I mean, of course I'm not driving now, but I mean, you see that you obviously see that I've got a truck and I'm sitting in my truck. You also obviously see my hand controls and how those work. You obviously see also that I've got a wheelchair. I don't let just little things like that stop me. I mean, yeah, could I? Sure. But does that mean I'm going to? Not a chance. And one reason that I did bring up the dating thing is because I've saw many of my friends. I've got a few friends, and I'm sure I know I've mentioned one or two of them, or at least one of them I know, that's gotten hurt for the same reason, just because of their disability. And you know what? Just because just because of that doesn't mean anything. Just because somebody's got that disability doesn't mean anything. And like I said, that's the reason that I bring that up, because I see how many people have gotten hurt over time, and just different people in general. Plus, like the one person that I've mentioned plenty of times, who's got my buddy that's got cerebral palsy, Chris. Yeah, man, I've seen how many times he's gotten hurt just because of his disability. And what I'm gonna say to you, look past that. You never know what somebody's capable of until you look past their if you see someone with a disability, look past that disability. And what I mean by is you never know what somebody's capable of is take somebody that has a wheelchair or some disability. We'll just say some disability, because I know there's a ton of disabilities out there. And like I say, when I say that, I don't mean any offense to anybody, But what I'm saying to you is this: watch how somebody does. In other words, example, with me in a wheelchair. Do you see me letting that disability stop me? Do you see me letting that wheelchair stop me? No, I don't let it stop me at all. I still get out and drive. I still get out and go to college. Hopefully by December 20, like I said, hopefully by December 2021 next, I'll be graduated. That's my goal, and that's what I'm going to be working at. But what I'm saying is, no matter that disability or that goal, don't let somebody or something stop you until you act. And the thing is, I'll tell you this too. I'll make it real quick for you. The thing is, another thing you can do is ask questions. Again, asking questions. That's how you learn. Be yourself. Be there for somebody. Like I said in one of my last videos, who knows? You might be the only one that's been there for them. You might be the only one that watches out for them. Like I said, my buddy Chris that I know I've mentioned a couple times or once or twice when I've talked about bullying, who's gotten bullied, because of his cerebral palsy. I've known him 10 plus years, and yes, he can walk. But there again, he's been bullied plenty of times, and he's actually told me about it. Told me about one incident. I stepped in, and and stuck up for him, and now he looks at me as his big brother. Now think about it this way: we're friends 10 plus years. Friends 10 plus years. And that one incident, boom. Now he's calling me his big brother, as I call him, my little brother. Now we're friends. We're not blood related. We're strict. We're friends. But friends 10 plus years. The fact that I stuck up for him. Now he calls me his brother. 10 plus years. And being able to have that, and hear somebody call you their brother, because knowing that you stuck up for somebody and knowing that they're calling you their brother, it means more than what I can say. I mean, it's no words, in other words, I can go on and on and on and on. But what I'm saying for you too is this: always be there for somebody. Always look out for somebody else. Like I said, Who knows? You got to be somebody else's voice. Who knows what somebody's going through? Be someone's voice, because, like I said, you might be the only one that sticks up for them. You might be the only one that looks out for that person. Who knows? Be someone's voice. Be there for someone. I know what it's like to, be there for people, but at the same time, I need people there for me, I know what that's like. I know what that's like, to have people that's been there for me, but at the same time, I look and then I realize that they need someone, Be that someone. Keep being yourself. Keep smiling. But, like I said, as I was just sitting here, it's just something I was thinking about and thought, you know what? I haven't posted it in a while. I'm going to make this is what I'm going to post. But always remember this. Don't let there be any limits. Because the only limits that there are the ones that you set. Be yourself. And don't, like I said, don't set so many limits that it slows you down. In other words, and like I said, it's okay to slow down. It's not okay to stop. If you slow down, that's fine. It's okay to tap those brakes. It's okay to, almost stop it. In other words, I know what it's like to want to, to stop at something. But that's when you want to get up and get after it. Because like I said, I know what it's like. I know what it's like going through rough times. I've been there, done that. But yeah, I know, like I said, this is probably one of the longest ones that I've posted. Again, I know I haven't posted in a while. It seems like it's been like at least a couple of weeks, just from looking through my videos that I've already posted, my past videos. But there again, y'all, this is something. This was always what I've said to you today, versus what I've said today, along with every other video that I posted up until now. What I tell y'all is always on my heart. It's on your heart, man. Let people know about it. Share it, because who knows? If it's not for you, maybe if it's not something that you need to hear, maybe somebody does. So if you would, do me a huge favor. If you would, please subscribe, for one. 2, please share this video. Like I said, I feel like a lot of my videos are things that a lot of people really need to hear. So, for one, please do subscribe. 2, please give me a follow. And 3, share this video. Like I said, who knows? Maybe this will reach out to people. And like I said, I think a lot of people need to hear a lot of things that like this that I post. And usually when I post, I try to always keep it positive. I always try to keep things upbeat, positive. I want to be that outreach for others. I want to be be that lookout for others. So, but until next time, y'all, please, like I say, share, subscribe, let other, share, subscribe. Keep being you. Keep that smile going. But until next time, much love to y'all. Stay real, stay safe. Protect your heart. Protect everybody else around you. Because who knows? You might be the only one that's protecting somebody, or you might be the only one that's there for somebody. But until next time, let's get it.